beautifully. You've got construction gear. What shall you do now?
Well, first, sleep. Isn't it like, didn't we say it's like 10 p.m.?
No, it's 5 p.m.
Well, 5 p.m.
It's not even dark yet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I assume it's a bit dark. I mean, Seattle, winter, whatever.
Oh yeah, it's winter now. Okay, it's starting to get dark.
Yeah, have dinner first and look over what we got. See if we're missing anything. The drones, I will keep them up there as long as they don't like raise any suspicion. So if anything comes up, LVN, like they notice anything, you can just tell me.
Yeah, sure.
Are any of the drones skilled with stealth? Or would you
All
be
of
able
them
to
are,
stealth with the
Jammer.
drones?
Auto soft,
Huh.
but yes. Cool.
Because I'd really like to know what's happening up inside that mana barrier. I wouldn't be able to get through without basically alerting everyone in the building that someone's trying to break through.
No, you can
But
always
on
just slip
physical-
through without alerting people. That is a function of being a mage. It's an opposed role, but you can.
I see. I will see if I can look up the rules for that.
You don't need to look up the rules. It's just your magic times 2 against... Sorry, magic plus charisma against force times 2. If you get any net hits, you get through. Each additional net hit allows you to bring one astrally active item through with you, like, say, a spirit or a active foci. Anyway, back on game. So what is everybody going to do? You're discussing about how mana barriers stop just magical people and spirits.
If you want me to slip a drone or two in, they shouldn't draw too much attention. But if I lose one, you're going to help me pay for it.
Of course.
Well, I'm just making sure.
Well, it's a loss of resources. Of course we're going to have to.
All right, then. And he'll head over to his RCC and wirelessly command one of the 4, well, now again, 4 drones. 2 of them to break off and go to the top of the building and see if there's an open window somewhere.
Yeah, so buildings in the 6th world do not have open windows. The air quality of any decent urban place combined with acid rain means that opening a window just makes the air inside worse. However, there are significant ventilation and air conditioning vent systems throughout any decent sized building. And so on the top of this building you find, a roof access door and a couple of intakes for ventilation. There's also passive ventilation shafts and panels, which aren't fan forced, so you can definitely fly some drones down them.
Then I will do so.
The ventilation shafts are about 6 inches high by about 18 inches wide. Far too small for a metahuman, but a small flying drone, relatively easy. Can you just really quickly give me a pilot aircraft check, just to make sure you don't, send these bouncing down and making a hell of a racket? It's quite tight. You're looking at threshold 4 here.
Oh crap! They can't even make that. They only have a maximum handling of 3.
Well.
And I would not be piloting them. They would be running on auto softs. Oof.
So the question is, you have a choice. You can either get information, accepting that you're going to bounce off and make some rattling sounds down the ventilation, or you can be undetected but ignorant.
Now, rattling sounds in a building that's about to be demolished shouldn't be that, like, newsworthy.
Throwing caution to the wind, Booker flies the drones down at the ventilation shafts. There's a few dings and dumps at the corners, as the autosofts are not meant for tight, accurate manipulation. Yeah. The ventilation system is sprawling, and it takes you significant time to locate a passage from the ventilation system back out into the generic area of the building. As you pass through the ventilation system, it's clearly not active. There is dust and cockroaches and a few rats in here. As you pass some panels that allow the cameras to get a very simple slat-filled view, you see a couple of nest-like squats, piles of blankets and food and rubbish and people, behaving very vermin-like, really. You've got enough to recognize like a rat nest, literally rat shaman nest. They're common in squats and barrens, but here in Renton, they're clearly holding on to something. You don't know why they're still here in the presence of security, but there's definitely people here. It takes you, a good couple of hours to do a thorough recon, bumping in not along the way. But you count about 20 or 30 people. You're not sure if you've missed some, because you haven't flown around the offices in particular. But that's what you've seen through the vents, all up. About 20 or 30.
All right, they have the drones have microphones installed. Since we're spending a few hours, are there any discussions of note that happen in the building?
Yes. The main topic of discussion is why they destroyed the stairs. The people squatting here, since the power is off and the utilities are off, have decided to fortify the top of the building and claim it as their own. I don't think they realize it is due to be demolished. And they have destroyed the stairs, saying that once corporate people come, they'll negotiate for their squat rights. Such rights don't actually exist, but still. And as such, the corps can't come up here because we busted up the stairs and, well, there's no power running to the elevator. We can just brick that up too. That's okay. It's a reoccurring theme that they feel entrenched here. Like they can't even get in astrally. Look, we put up the nest defense. Pretty decent nest defense too. They overestimate their magical prowess, but still. It's just that sort of thing. A chittering, low-level conversation about their future plans and how they're going to hole up. How well the supplies are going. Pretty well, actually. They brought a large amount of supplies in beforehand. And how the nesting's going. Pretty good. Yeah. That's the sort of thing you have.
The plan is beginning to formulate, I think.
Sorry, I'm back. What did I miss? I had to go to the bathroom. Guys?
You missed significant amounts.
I left when we were talking about the rat shamans, and then I asked what we were talking about, and then I got the first part of that. Could someone just give me the TLDR?
What was the last thing you heard?
That they destroyed the stairs.
They destroyed the stairs in order to barricade themselves in, basically. They're here for the long term. They think that they've got a decent magical defense set up. They've got a decent negotiating position. They're expecting the corpse to come in and negotiate with them to get them to leave.
So that's why they're in the building.
This is home for them. There are three options that spring to mind. One, we bring their home down around their ears. Not ideal from my perspective, but certainly an option. Second option is we try and negotiate them out of their place, given that their place isn't exactly secure, astrally, physically, in any way, shape, or form. I think we should be able to do that from a face perspective. The third option is get them out by force.
Rat shamans, the three of us, by force. Yeah, I'm not getting paid enough for that, chummer. But if we manage to get into the building, that should give us at least some time to talk to them, or at least you could talk to them. I don't care either way. These people don't mean anything to me. If you want to bring the building down and that's the optimal solution, then I'm on board.
It's the easiest solution. I never said that it was the optimal. That's a family up there. You're basically bringing a family's home down around them.
Yeah, like that's the worst thing we've done. Come on, chummer. Don't give me that sentimental shit.
I also distinctly remember the Triad saying that they didn't want a bloodbath. You want to talk professional? Fine, let's talk professional.
You distinctly remember the Triad saying they wanted an industrial accident, not an abattoir.
I gotta say, I'm with Bunny on this one. We can do this. We just need to try and find some way of convincing them that where they are isn't nearly as safe as they think it is. On that, I think I might be able to figure something out. If I can tear down their mana barrier, or if I can show them that their mana barrier isn't as secure as they think it is, show them that their position isn't nearly as secure as they think it is. But then we have the question of how do we get them out without security noticing?
I'm out of my element here. I'll just go along with whatever you guys want to do.
Well, we've been playing for 2 hours. You guys need some time to think about which approach we're doing. How about we all take a 5-minute break and I'll meet you back at 25 to the hour.
Sounds good.
Sounds like a plan. I will, however, remain in radio contact, so to speak, to be able to discuss things with people.
Sure.
Do we know when the official demolition of the building is scheduled?
That is a good question.
Because if we can find that out and get some sort of official notification that, yeah, this is a thing that's actually going ahead, either through some form of documentation or paperwork, or through simply or through showing them that the demolitions have indeed started to go ahead already. Like if they've got some form of explosives on site or something that we can bring up to them and say, here, this is our proof. That just came from down there.